tell me why you came to this event today.
Well, I came because I wanted to support my professors. I knew that they were in constant contract negotiations and that there was a possibility of a strike. I know that many of them have been expected to take on a larger workload as well as not gotten raises. And I think that it's unfair, and I think that they're being treated unfairly, so that's why I decided to come today.
Do you feel that the actions today done by students and faculty will make an impact on the administration?
Absolutely, yes.
Where do you think will happen from here?
Well, I think it depends on the visibility of protests, student sit-ins like this. I think that it also depends on these votes of no confidence that have been going on too. I mean, really, I don't know. I know that they're also presenting a letter for Adult and Women's Services Center that is in the coming months, from what I've heard, going to be done away with. So, I don't know. I mean, hopefully the contracts will be signed, our professors will be treated fairly, given fair pay, given adequate pay, and expected to take on a workload of their peers.
Are you worried at all about a strike, being a student?
No, I'm not worried about a strike. Me personally, I think that if they need to strike, I'd be right there with them. I support them on striking. But me as a student, I mean, I don't think that, I know other students it would affect. Me, I would support them. So no, I'm not worried.
And what's the feeling like of just the professors that you personally interact with on a day-to-day basis? What's their feelings on this? And were they aware that this was going to happen today?
From my sociology department, professors and faculty within the department were aware that this was going to happen today. We actually had been generating emails to raise awareness of this. So I knew that this was going to happen today, and the general, I guess, sentiment in classes has been, they've been wearing, their UPI pins a lot more, and trying to basically raise awareness of what's been going on with their contracts, what's been going on with the administration, trying to, it seems like, transform this school to turn it into a weird direction where there is no support for teachers, faculty, and also all the while gyp students out of money, so.
Do you feel that the awareness around campus has sort of culminated to this breaking point? I know that in the speeches given, they were talking about student unawareness. Do you feel that this climate has sort of, this undertone of unawareness has existed until now, maybe?
Yeah, I think that it's been brewing. I don't think that everyone would come together in such retaliation for the administration if it had been growing. And I know as a student, I came here in 2008, and President Haas had submitted this DDS policy, which basically eliminated free speech. It would have, if it had gotten passed, it would have eliminated a lot of the free speech zones, the limited free speech zones that we do have in this university. So I know that through actions like this and seems like secretive measures that the administration has taken to change policies and whatnot for faculty and students, I think that this whole anger has been growing. And there's an increased awareness. I mean, I think visibility, doing things like here is increasing, students who are just passing by and had never known that they were in contract negotiations, I think it's definitely, growing throughout the university community.
Do you feel that this being a commuter campus poses its own challenges of getting people more active, and maybe even in the negotiations of it, maybe it's seen as perhaps not as much of a priority for the administration because of just the climate of the campus, that maybe issues like this can go unnoticed?
Well, I see why people would think that, since this is a commuter campus, you know, we can kind of come here, do our classes, leave. But I do think that there's people do have strong ties to the school and to their professors. Like, you know, the lead was saying, saying, you know, sometimes your professors become just as important in the direction of your future as your family does. So I think that students definitely, you know, whether or not you want to get involved, it's a concern of yours, you know, because it does affect you. I think that the struggles that your professors are going under or undergoing do affect you as a student, you know. And
I noticed that President Haas more recently, since the Open Town Hall Forum, has released more emails addressing some of these issues that were brought up to her in the forum. Do you feel that maybe there will be some sort of a formalized response to issues now, and will that response be enough?
I don't know if there will be a formalized response. I know that, you know, in the forums she has said that there's some contract negotiations that aren't able to be transparent to students because they're under negotiations right now, and there's some regulations that keep that information under wraps. So who knows if she's gonna, you know, publicly come out and speak about this. I don't know. I don't think so, you know.
Is there any message you'd like to give to students and or faculty?
I think just keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. I mean, we're not taking this, you know, there's been a protest here, like, you know, they're growing. Awareness is growing. People's concern is growing. This is becoming a bigger issue. So I just think don't stop right now. Don't stop. Just keep going. Keep fighting for what's right and you know, what you really deserve. So that's what I think.